and welcome to my new series, The Life Diaries. This is episode 1, and it is Sunday, and it's the Sunday before my first day of work. So tomorrow is the first day at my new position, and I have a couple things that I need to do to get ready to go to work tomorrow. So even though it is a hybrid role and I'm only going in on Wednesdays, I do have to go into the office tomorrow to meet the team, get my work ID, get my laptop, and get all that stuff set up. So I have to pack my work bag, meal prep my breakfast, things like that. So I thought I would take you along with me. So the first thing that I'm going to do is pack my bag. I think I have an idea of what I want to wear already, but I just want to put it on and double check. So I'm out in the kitchen. I'm going to get all of my stuff to pack up my work bag. So the bag is packed, but now I have to get my outfit. And like I said, I think I already know what I'm going to wear. We are supposed to get a snowstorm tomorrow. So I'm going to wear my snow boots into the office, and then I'm going to take shoes with me. So I have to put those in that bag as well. It's also going to be really, really cold tomorrow. Definitely not looking forward to dealing with that on my first day back into a physical office in 5 years. That's like the downfall of hybrid work or working in the office, is dealing with the weather, but that's okay. It is what it is. So we're gonna just move on and be excited about the fact that we might actually be getting some snow. I did get a new lunch bag because when I went work from home permanently like 4 or 5 years ago, I got rid of all my lunch bags. So I did buy a new one, and I bought a stainless steel cutlery set to take into work that has stainless steel straws too that I can use. But I am not taking in lunch tomorrow because they are actually taking me out to lunch. So the whole team is going out to lunch tomorrow on my first day, which is really, really nice of them. So that's really awesome. And so I don't have to bring in anything. And I'm going to make my breakfast here in the morning. I'm going to boil eggs so I don't have to spend a ton of time doing that. So I'm going to just make sure that my outfit's okay and lay everything out. And then I just want to chat about how I'm feeling and my thoughts, and just talk for a little bit, and then we're gonna just go with the rest of the work week. So this is the outfit I ultimately decided on going with. I definitely wanted to wear these pants and this top, but I originally tried on boots that had a 2-inch heel that were black, and the way that these pants were hemmed or cut at the bottom, it just didn't work. It looked like they were too short, so I had to go to brown boots that had a very short heel, basically no heel at all. So let me see if I can get a better view for you. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I have a brown woven belt and then these brown boots. I'm still not super thrilled about the cut for these. I originally had these pants hemmed for me to wear Converses because I wasn't planning on going back to the office. These are the Abercrombie and Fitch Sloan Curve Love trouser. But now I'm kind of converting them into work pants. But I still feel like it's okay. I definitely think I can get by with this. And then these are the boots that I have, which I don't wear them too much. They need a little bit stretched out, but they are leather, so they should stretch as I wear them more. And to be honest, they're not feeling very comfortable on my heels, but I am not going to be walking in these because I'm wearing snow boots into the office tomorrow. And then I have my sleeves rolled, and this is the outfit. I was thinking about maybe wearing a black sweater because it's supposed to be really cold tomorrow, but now that I can't wear the black boots with these, I don't really think that it makes sense. So I might take a cardigan with me in case it's cold in the office. I do have a wool bone color cardigan, but I think that would be just too hot, so I might take my linen blend cardigan or something. So I know I'm gonna wear very minimal jewelry, and I did get nose studs to take out my nose ring, because when I interviewed, I didn't wear my nose ring because I'm not sure what their policy is. The last 2 departments I worked at this company didn't care that I had a nose ring, so I don't know how they're gonna feel about it. And then the socks that I'm wearing right now are giving me some sensory issues. It feels really uncomfortable. Like I can feel the part at the front of the shoe where your toes are is like rubbing, so I might have to find other socks to wear. So I think I'm gonna figure out the shoe situation because it's just not feeling very comfortable on my feet right now. Okay, so I have my outfit figured out. I definitely am not feeling super confident in the outfit because business clothes are just like not something I'm used to wearing, and I'm used to just wearing like stretchy pants and comfy clothes. So it's gonna take a while for me to get used to, wearing like business casual clothes and going into an office and everything. So I just wanted to talk about like how I'm feeling going into the job right now. I would say that I'm not nervous. I'm just like having anxiety and fears over having to like get back into a different routine, because I've went pretty much almost a whole year now without working. The department I was in before was pretty flexible. Like I was able to pick my work time when I first started, and when we went work from home, I ended up starting to work later eventually. Like after a while I would start at 8 or a little bit before 8, and I was getting up early because I was so used to getting up early. And then eventually I moved into starting between like 8:30 and 9, and that was perfectly fine. And I liked having that autonomy over when I could start, kind of just being able to control that based on like my energy and what was going on and the time of year and stuff. So I'm not sure if I'm still going to be able to have that option. We really didn't discuss work schedules. My manager did say to just come in tomorrow into the office between 8:30 and 9, and she would meet me to give me my work ID so I could get into the building. So it does seem like there is going to be a bit of like a flexibility there of when you can start and stuff. I'm also nervous about working full time and then keeping up with my YouTube channel, because when I was working before, focusing on YouTube was really hard. Like it was hard to balance both of those things. Plus, cooking. I cook like pretty much all of my meals, and I try to cook everything from scratch. So there's like a lot of cooking, cleaning, and then just like living my life and having fun. So I am nervous about that. I'm scared that I am going to get burnt out or I'm not going to be able to do all of it. The one thing that I think is going to make it easier though is that now that I have gotten used to posting YouTube videos once a week, I have gotten a lot quicker at filming and editing and getting the stuff out there. I got my 1,000 subscribers and I got monetized. I feel like there's like less pressure on YouTube. Like I feel like I have breathing room. So if I don't post every single week or even get like 3 videos a month, I feel like it's still okay, because it's like I'm okay with the slow growth because I have other stuff going on. I actually think it's going to take 6 months to a year for me to get into this whole routine, like this whole new, going into the office once a week, because it almost took me 6 months to a year to just even get used to not working. So now it's probably going to take me a while to get used to working again. And there's still just like, I don't know the team dynamics or the environment or anything like that. So there's always like some nerves and anxiety that go along with that, I think. I think it's like a normal thing to feel when you're not sure what to expect from a new position. And I've definitely have felt kind of grumpy about going back to work and losing a lot of the freedom that I had, because I loved it. Like I love that I got to be my own boss for a while and just like do whatever I wanted, and I had time to learn, I had time to work on my YouTube, and of course, job searching took up a lot of time too, but it was just nice to be able to like do things on my terms and my flow. So in a way I'm like kind of experiencing some sadness because that chapter is closing and I have to move on to another chapter and it's going to be different, but that's just like growing pains. And I think once I get into the office tomorrow, I'm going to feel a lot better. I have a lot of anxiety from just doing something. Like if I have a big thing going on, the buildup and anticipation of it gives me anxiety. And once I get there, I feel fine. So I'm really just ready to like feel more comfortable and like feel more confident about my routine and kind of get through the growing pains and just get more aligned, like more positioned into the role. I think that's when I'm going to feel comfortable again and be able to start figuring out how I want to live my life moving forward and like what type of how I need to work things into my routine. That's basically what I've been thinking about lately, but it is 5 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed really, really early tonight because I'm going to make sure I wake up with plenty of time in the morning so I don't have to rush. I'm going to go boil some eggs so I have something to eat for breakfast, and I'm going to clean up a little bit and then just try to relax. I did want to mention that the last time I worked in the office, they had a rule that you could not take photos in the office due to the proprietary information. So I think that's going to be the same thing as it was before. I'm pretty sure they haven't changed that rule. So there's probably going to not be a lot of opportunity for me to be filming while I'm in the office. So tomorrow I'll probably just get some shots of me getting ready if I remember and I'm not like too nervous to do it, and then just like talk to you when I come home and chat about like what my day was like. Sorry, my computer screen just went blank. That's why all the lights gone. So yeah, I will chat with you guys tomorrow after my first day of work.
Good morning. It is now Tuesday, and if you can't tell by the background noise, I am making breakfast. And today is my first work from home day, but I never told you about my first day of work yesterday because when I came home, I was absolutely exhausted. We got a snowstorm. It didn't end up being that much snow. I think we only got like 3 inches or something. But it was really cold and windy. The public transit that I normally take into the office was under construction, so I had to do like their shuttle thing. And that ended up adding extra time to my commute. So normally my commute's like 20 to 40 minutes, depending on how long I wait. And my commute home last night ended up being 50 minutes. And I was just so exhausted from everything that I literally came home, laid down on my bed with the cats, got something to eat, and sat on the couch and got ready for bed at 9:30. I was just so tired. So my first day overall went really, really well. A lot of the first day was just getting my laptop, getting set up, arranging my desk in the office a little bit, meeting everybody that I spoke to in my interviews, meeting other team members, meeting other people in the marketing department. And I also had an orientation that was virtual that I had to do. And ironically, on that orientation, the HR rep that was leading it was the HR rep that was in my "your position is eliminated" meeting. So she's the one that told me last January that I was no longer an employee, and it came full circle, and she was in the orientation meeting yesterday. So I thought that was kind of funny how that ended up working out. And I also had to set up my benefits. I had to set up other training, which is just like policies, stuff like that. So it was not really getting into the actual job training yet. It was just like company policy stuff. To be honest, it was a little bit boring, but I knew that's how it was going to be. And it's also a bit boring. Okay, I just wanted to check and see if my coffee was made yet. So we're walking over that way now. I knew it was already going to be kind of boring because, you know what? I never push start on my coffee. Oops. So I'm going to do that now. I knew it was going to be kind of boring anyway, because even all the policy stuff, it's the same stuff that you have to do every year as an employee. So most of it I already knew. It was just a refresher. All of my information was still in the system since I came back in less than a year. So it was just really easy. The office was really hot, so I'm glad I didn't wear a sweater or dress norm, because it was sweltering in there and I was sweating. So I definitely need to make sure that I plan to wear cooler clothes into the office, even though it's absolutely freezing outside, because I was just so hot that I felt very uncomfortable, and it was kind of hard to pay attention after lunch because of the heat. It was very dry in there, so I started getting a headache because my nasal cavities were drying out. So I definitely am going to have to figure out how I want to deal with that when I'm in the office, so I can be productive during that work day. And my makeup was just not looking that great by the time I came home, so I definitely have to figure that out and drink more water than while I'm there. But I did get to meet everyone in person, which was really awesome. We went for lunch. That was really nice of them to do that. So I was glad that I got to actually like socialize with them and find out more about them and share more about me as well. And I think that this team is going to be a really good position for me. I do have to set up my desk and my laptop and my monitors and everything to work this job. Right now, my desk is set up for my MacBook and content creation and my personal stuff, so I have to split. One side is personal, one side is work related. So I'm going to do that after I have breakfast. I'm going to go eat this breakfast, and I will check in with you guys later today, probably when I take a break or I'm at lunch. And I had a full I was able to go to the grocery store this morning. So it is now after work. It's 6:19. I stopped working like a little bit before 6 o'clock. And I signed up earlier this week for a lunchtime like Excel class, which I showed in a clip, and I didn't end up watching it because I just could not stare at the screens anymore. So I ended up relaxing, but I definitely feel less tired than I did yesterday, but I still feel like tired and my eyes hurt because I'm not used to looking at a screen this much. Even when I was unemployed and I was editing videos, I definitely took more breaks and spaced out my workflow. I also find myself feeling nervous, like I have to constantly be logged in or available on Teams. I had like 4 different meetings that I sat in on today, but most of my day I was just doing my trainings, which I have almost all those done. I have all the new hire stuff done, so then I started doing the annual company trainings, and I only have 3 more of those to do, but I only have 2 things scheduled for tomorrow. But we are going to be in the office, so maybe there's going to be more things for me to do, but if not, I will have to ask for more work because at this point I have done everything. So I'm trying to just tell myself that it's okay to take longer breaks, but since I'm new, I'm not sure like all of the dynamics yet, but I definitely am feeling anxiety over the fact that I feel like I have to constantly be available on Teams or be very careful with my breaks or be careful with spacing things out. And it's definitely a bigger change than I thought it would be after like just having control of my entire schedule for pretty much a whole year. So there's some growing pains, and I think a lot of it is just me and my brain. Like no one is gonna care if you take a couple 10-minute breaks throughout the day if you're getting your work done. And I pretty much have everything done, and I did a check-in today with my manager. She's like, oh, you already have that done. Oh, you already have that done. So like I am getting things done, so I really shouldn't worry about it. And this is definitely one of the biggest cons I have about my mentality when it comes to getting things done, is that I feel like I have to push to get it completely done instead of taking my time and taking breaks. So I definitely need to start using the Pomodoro method again and take a 10-minute break every 50 minutes and like learn that that's okay. And I think that probably has to do with some of the positions that I had in my past, and I thought I was over it, but apparently I'm not.
But since I have to wake up early tomorrow, I have to wake up before 6, and I have nothing to eat for tomorrow. I have to cook dinner, so I'm gonna get that started, and I will probably check in with you guys tomorrow night. Actually, you know what? I probably won't check in with you at all tomorrow, because not only do I have to go into the office and my commute is still under construction, but tomorrow's grocery night, so there's just like so much. So I'll probably chat with you on Thursday. So I will talk to you then. So it's lunchtime and I got my first load of dishes done and I'm just waiting for my food to heat up. That's only going to take a couple more minutes. So I thought I would check in with you because I have not checked in since yesterday morning. And yesterday was a really long day. I know I said that I was going to go grocery shopping because Wednesday is normally our grocery day, and that did not happen. The commute into work because of that construction yesterday was really bad. There was a lot of people going into downtown, and there was like one shuttle running in the afternoon, so it ended up taking me 70 minutes to get to work and 70 minutes to get home from work. So like my day started at 6 and I didn't get home until 6:30, and I was just absolutely exhausted and my head hurt and I was tired and my body hurt, and I was just like, I told Kevin, I texted him, I'm like, order pizza, order me french fries. I need like comfort food. We're going to have to switch our grocery day to Thursday until this construction is done because this just is like not going to work for me. So we did that. I went to bed early. I went to bed at like 9:30 last night and I was just so tired. I did end up sleeping a little bit longer today and did like a shorter morning like yoga workout just because I wanted to give myself some time to rest. And I will say that so far this week, with the new schedule, getting up early, dealing with a long commute, the cold weather, kind of being more stationary than I'm used to in the past year, is definitely a lot. And I think I underestimated how hard the transition was going to be, not only on like my body, but also mentally. I know it's just going to take time for me to get into this new schedule, to find a routine, to find ways to like romanticize my work week and to figure out what works for me and get used to it. Even though I'm getting stressed and like frustrated, I'm still trying to remind myself that it's just the first week and that, you know, as long as I show up and get my work done and communicate with my team, you know, what's going on and make sure that, you know, everything's fine, then it really doesn't matter. I still got to work and did what I needed to do and came home. So I just need to remind myself that it's okay to not have it all figured out and to give myself grace and time. I definitely feel like I haven't been picking up my camera as much because of that, because I'm just either so tired mentally and physically and exhausted that I just don't want to pick up my camera, or I haven't like figured out the moments that I want to show. Again, I can't show my time in the office. They have a strict no recording, no photographs policy, trying to show the breaks. And I think eventually I'll figure out how to like incorporate YouTube more into my new schedule. So it's just like a lot of transitions and a lot of new routines and things like that. That's kind of like the struggle that I'm dealing with this week. Good morning, guys. It is now Friday, and today is the last day of the work week, and I'm just making my breakfast. I am not feeling very good this week. My stomach is messed up, and I did make coffee, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to regret it, but I just feel so tired, so I decided to risk drinking coffee when my stomach is feeling a little funky. We did end up getting groceries last night, and that was fine, and I let myself sleep in today, and instead of waking up and doing some sort of exercise or movement, I just decided to sleep. But I just feel absolutely exhausted. This is the first time this week that in the morning I just did not feel good, didn't feel exhausted waking up. So I'm hoping maybe the week is just catching up with me and the sleep change is catching up with me. I have been getting 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep, if not more, every single night except for one night. Tuesday night I only got 6 hours of sleep, so I still am sleeping pretty well. So I don't know if it's just like the change in sleep schedule, or if maybe I don't feel like awake, or I feel so tired because I got like a little bit of a stomach bug or something like that. So hopefully eating and drinking this coffee will help me wake up and not make me feel sick. I just made some eggs and some toast. So nothing like too crazy other than the coffee, which like I said, I will probably regret drinking that, but you really can't put a lot between me and my coffee in the morning, because that cup of coffee just hits different in the morning, and it's like sacred to me. So you really can't pry it out of my hands regardless of how sick I feel that day. So I know I have some trainings today. There's a couple meetings. I am training on this system that they use. One thing that's kind of funny about that system is that it reminds me of a lot of the stuff that I used in my marketing certificate. So it's very similar to MailChimp, HubSpot, or this other one that I used for email. I think it was Clear, something with 2 C's, and it was like an email service. So it's very similar to that, except for it is more detailed, and it's not just for email, it's also for letters and messaging. It actually kind of reminds me of WordPress too, the way that you can put everything into the system. So I thought that was kind of funny. That stuff was kind of coming full circle, because even though this job is under the marketing department, they did mention marketing twice in the official job summary. They don't do a lot of marketing stuff. I think there's probably more marketing to it than what I realized just based on talking to everybody in the interviews. I also have to schedule introductions with the rest of the teams under my direct supervisor. So he has 4 different teams. So there's 4 different print and fulfillment teams, and each of them handles a different print and fulfillment items. I have to schedule like 15 to 30 minute introductions with them to meet them, understand more about what their team does and what they do on that team. So I'm going to try to do that today and get some stuff set up for the next couple weeks. And yesterday was the first day of officially like getting the training on what the role actually does, but it was very high level, and it's a lot. Like there's a lot of words and phrases that they use that I'm not familiar with, even though I was working at the same company for almost 8 years. So it's still like a bit of a learning curve, but I kind of expected that. But other than that, everything's going well. I definitely think that I'm going to do well here, and everybody's been really warm and welcoming and really nice. So that's been really awesome. But it is 8:22 and I start at 9, so I'm gonna eat my breakfast and get to work, and I will check in with you guys later. Hey everyone, it's actually editing. Rachel, I'm in the middle of the edit right now and I realized that I didn't film an outro. And it's actually Saturday after the second week of my new job. So very briefly, I just want to say that I think it's obvious that in the first week I was feeling frazzled and trying to deal with the new routine and the commute and the weather and just all that stuff. So it's definitely a learning curve. I'm definitely going to have to get used to it. But I just wanted to leave you with a couple things that really helped make my week easier, even though I was feeling like really out of it and like really not normal and out of my routine. So the first thing is that I made sure that I had at least 10 minutes every single morning, except for the days that I went into the office, where I did movement. So I set aside time, woke up early enough to make sure that I got movement in the day, whether that was doing like a yoga, stretching. On the weekend, I ended up doing a longer workout with strength training. I also did some like Grow with Joe workouts. So I just made sure that I always had time to move my body and to connect with my breath and my body and breathing and making time specifically for me. And I think that really helped. The other thing is that I made sure that I got significant amounts of sleep and I got enough sleep. So I went to bed early. I got 7 to 8.5 hours of sleep every single night, and that really helped. And the third thing was just being prepared ahead of time, having my food prep, having my outfits laid out. All of those things made this kind of like difficult transition a lot easier for me. I think that those things are helpful regardless of whether you're transitioning into a new role or not, or into a new routine. I think those are something that can work for anybody no matter what their life looks like. I just wanted to share like some of the things that ended up being wins for the week and some of the things that brought me joy and made the transition easier. So let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you do during your work week to give time to yourself or make your life easier. What helps you juggle your life? Like what gives you work-life balance? I would love to hear your thoughts, your suggestions, what you do. So let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for joining me for the first episode of the Work-Life Diaries. I can't wait to see you in the next video, and I will talk to you then. Bye!